Okay, let's continue with the qualitative research approach. In this approach, as you can see, this is centrally concerned with exploring how people experience, understand, interpret, and participate in their social and cultural worlds. In our case, this would refer to our schools or to our English classrooms. The words in red have to do with the purposes behind this qualitative research approach. We want to understand how people experience a particular situation or participate in our classrooms. Besides this, when we have qualitative researchers, they place a lot of importance on data that is gathered in real life settings because they want to observe and register the action as it happens. For instance, in our classrooms, we want to collect data of the teacher or the students as they get involved in the process of teaching and learning. When we do qualitative research, we collect data based on observations, as I said before, real life practices or events as the action happens, or we would use recordings of people telling us about their experiences, as when we do interviews or focus groups that are group interviews. And also we can consider stories, as when we write or when our students write diaries or keep diaries about their experiences, let's say in the classrooms. It is very likely to find teachers who keep records of their classes, so we can use that data as well to analyze it when we have a qualitative research. And here, in qualitative research, we do not need to select a large sample, as we don't need to include a big or an important number of people. We can even work with one student and focus our research problem just based on one single individual. Because the purpose here is not to generalize our findings, but to understand and to interpret how one, let's say, student experience a particular phenomenon or problem in the classroom. Let's see an example. We have Mr. Bryant. Now Mr. Bryant has this other question. What reading activities do students normally engage in at home? And how do students respond to reading activities in the classroom? So in this case, Mr. Bryant is going to invite the students' parents to be part of an interview. It could be a group interview or individual interviews. So they can tell Mr. Bryant about the reading activities they do with their kids at home. That information will help Mr. Bryant to answer the first question. Okay? And then with the students, Mr. Bryant is going to observe every class that involves a reading activity, to see how students respond to the reading task. He's going to observe whether students participate or not, whether they complete the activities or not, whether they're able to fulfill or achieve the learning objective associated to the reading activity, etc. So he's mainly going to collect qualitative data based on interviews and observation of his own class. The purpose of this study would be to explore and understand students' experiences with reading activities at home and at school. Okay. In qualitative research, there are three key features. One, inquiry. Inquiry means research. Inquiry within real-life contexts, meaning making and interpretation, and the role of the researcher. In this task, we're going to work in groups to explain only one of these features. Then you're expected to post your answer, your explanation on the forum on Canvas. See you in a second.